Hi. Is everyone relaxed? So, I've got this little personal confession. I've been going to see a psychologist recently. No, I know. Well, I know. It's weird because obviously on stage I look like totally well-adjusted, and so it comes as a surprise. But I've been speaking to this site. It's not a big deal. Just talking about stuff, few little things that I think could probably just make my life a bit easier. And one of the issues I have is with anger. So I don't get angry. So the issue is not really an anger issue. It's that I don't know how to express anger, which is nice. It's nice to be diplomatic and stuff, but it comes from a fear of confrontation, I think. So I've been talking to this because I worry about what's happening to all that anger, that latent anger that I'm not expressing. So anyway, he reckons what I should do is write my feelings down, thereby expressing myself without having to confront anyone, so that I don't bottle it up. And so I've been doing that. I've been doing some writing, and I've written a poem, which is really helpful to write. I think it might be even more helpful to sort of do in front of a sympathetic, non-judgmental kind of neutral crowd like you guys. So this is my poem. It's called, I've given it a title. It's called Angry, or in brackets, Feet. Bit nervous because it's like a bit more personal. Sometimes I get a bit angry, but you couldn't tell. No, you couldn't tell unless you looked real closely. Sometimes I get a bit angry, but it's all right. Yes, it's all right because I keep it out of sight. Inside, deep inside. I breastfed till I was 9. Which my doctor says is fine. And he also says I deal with anger better if I wrote about myself in a poem or a letter. My mother was a fucking bitch! Caring lady. She taught me all I know. Although I was a little slow, she never gave up. She never let me slap down. Although she spent a lot of time at the neighbour's house when my dad was out of town. I didn't walk till I was 7. Or talk till I was 10. But neither did Napoleon, according to my fucking doctor, who has certificates in frames to substantiate his dodgy fucking claims. My father left my mother for the love of a poontang another, and I have a bastard brother who I've never really known because my dad moved up to Sydney and he doesn't have a bullshit, you fat cunt. Telephone. In primary school, I had trouble making ashtrays. Friends. An issue which has become somewhat of a trend, the origin of which I cannot pretend does not perplex me, although my fucking doctor says it's cool and that loads of fat Brits... Shut up, I'm not fat! Kids at school have problems with communication, and that a course of medication would be wise, and combined with more honest self-expression could help me with my issues with emotional repression. And at $200 a session, I think I'll take the thieving bastard fucking chap's advice. So, I quite like porn, photography, and books on guns, history. And I'd like to be a politician. vet. And I feel as I get older, I'm more in control of my violent tendencies. And when I die, I'll have no regrets. And I feel that all this writing is really puffy, exciting, and my fucking doctor would be proud because I feel a lot less angry and I'm saying stuff out loud and I'm letting anger out. Like today in our last session when I taught a lesson because he said I'm not progressing, said I wasn't moving forward. So I said, well, let's see how you move without your fucking legs. And I tied him to his chair and I pulled out my machete and I listened to him beg and then I cut his fucking feet off. And while he lay there bleeding, I used his feet to kick him in the head. Thank you, giggling cunts, very much.